What's better than book mail? You got it. Nothing's better than book mail. Well, except maybe these two things. And they are... Are you ready for the answer? Drum roll, please. When your book mail comes a day early and your book box is bigger than usual. That is the side of it, folks. The side. Because, see, no fibs. Can you dig that? This is the front. This is the size referenced. That's a stack of books. That's a stack of books there. And should we find out what's inside? Would that be a fun thing to do? I think it would. I'm getting better at learning how to open my book boxes without having any casualties. Okay, so let's do this. I am going to show you all of the books first. Oh my goodness, I am so pleased with my box. They look super fun. Let me see what the bookmark says, because we love the bookmarks. Respectfully, leave me alone. That one's not so hot. Normally, I love their bookmarks, but yeah, they can do a little better with that one. Okay, so I'm going to show you all of the books. Yep, that's what they look like. Aren't they beautiful? They certainly are. Let me introduce you to your possible next read. Take the glasses off so I could read. If I take the glasses off, I can't see you. If I put the glasses on, I can't see the books. So I know get bifocals, but really, why bother? But anyways, let's look at these books and see what we're up against. We have The Wishing Game by Meg Shaffer. The Wishing Game by Meg Shaffer. That is beautiful. Stars. It's beautiful. This is why I got this book. Make a Wish. Lucy Hart knows better than anyone what it's like to grow up without parents who loved her. In a childhood marked by neglect and loneliness, Lucy found her solace in books, namely the Clock Island series by Jack Masterson. Now a 26-year-old teacher's aide, Lucy is able to share her love of reading with bright young students, especially 7-year-old orphan Christopher Lamb. Lucy would give anything to adopt Christopher, but even the idea of becoming a family seems like an impossible dream without proper funds and stability. Just when Lucy is about to give up, Jack Masterson announces he's finally written a new book. Even better, he's holding a contest at his home on the real Clock Island, and Lucy is one of the 4 lucky contestants chosen to compete to win the one and only copy. Book 2, Fiona Davis, The Spectacular. A thrilling love story about love, sacrifice, and the pursuit of dreams set amid the glamour and glitz of Radio City Music Hall in the mid-century heyday. I would love to learn about Radio City Music Hall. Would you believe I've never been? Bucket list. Still not checked off. Life is short. Why I haven't, I don't know. New York City, 1956. 19-year-old Marion Brooks knows she would be happy. Her high school sweetheart is about to propose and sweep her off to the life everyone has always expected they'd have together. A quiet house in the suburbs. Marion staying home to raise their future children. But instead, Marion finds herself feeling trapped. So when she comes across an opportunity to audition for the famous Radio City Rockettes, the glamorous precision dancing troupe, she jumps at the chance to exchange her predictable future for the dazzling life of a performer. Meanwhile, the city is reeling from a string of bombings orchestrated by a person the press has nicknamed the Big Apple Bomber. who has been terrorizing the citizens of New York for 16 years by planting bombs in popular crowded spaces. With the public in an uproar over the lack of any real leads after a year-long manhunt, the police turn in desperation to Peter Griggs, a young doctor at a local mental hospital who espouses a radical new technique, psychological profiling. As Marion and Peter find themselves unexpectedly pulled into the police search for the bomber, Marion realizes that as much as she's been training herself to blend in, performing in perfect unison with all the other identical Rockettes, if she hopes to catch the bomber, she'll need to stand out and take a terrifying risk. In doing so, she may be forced to sacrifice everything she's worked for, as well as the people she loves the most. This one looks so fun, so fun, so fun, so fun. I'm excited to have it. My Murder, a novel by Katie Williams. Look how fab. I like it. It's almost as if they're those Venetian blinds. And is that what it is? Is that what we're doing there? I don't know, but it's fun and I like it. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the innuendo of it. What if the murder you had to solve was your own? I think I'm going to get to this one pretty darn quick. Lou is a happily married mother of an adorable toddler. She's also the victim of a local serial killer, recently brought back to life and returned to her grieving family by a government project. She is grateful for this second chance. But as the new Lou adapts to her old routines and as she bonds with other female survivors, she realizes that disturbing questions remain about what exactly preceded her in death and how much she can really trust those around her. Now, it's not enough to care for her child, love her husband, and do the work she's always enjoyed. She must also figure out the circumstances of her death. Darkly comic, tautly paced, and full of surprises, My Murder is a clever, devour-in-one-sitting twist on the classic thriller. Meanwhile, my fourth book looks like this, The Neighbor's Secret by Alison Heller. And it sounds a little bit like this, y'all. How well do you really know your neighbors? With its sprawling yards and excellent schools, Cottonwood Estates is the perfect place to raise children. The Cottonwood Book Club serves as the subdivision's eyes and ears, meeting once a month for discussion, gossip, and cocktails. Sign me up. But when late-night acts of vandalism target the women of the book club in increasingly violent and personal ways, some of Cottonwood Estate's longest buried secrets begin to surface. What happened to Lena's family 15 years ago was a tragic accident, and she will never admit otherwise. Devoted wife and mother Annie refuses to acknowledge, even to herself, the weight of a past shame. And new resident Jen wants friends, but as always, worry about her troubled son gets in the way. They might argue about the books, but the women of the Cottonwood Book Club agree on what's most important, protecting their children at any cost, even if it means someone has to die. And my fifth book seems fun and intriguing, 9 Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. 9 people gather at a remote health resort. Some are here to lose weight, some are here to get a reboot on life, and some are here for reasons they can't even admit to themselves. Amid all the luxury and pampering, the mindfulness and meditation, they know these 10 days might involve some real work. But none of them could imagine just how challenging the next 10 days are going to be. Frances Welty, the formerly best-selling romantic novelist, arrives at Tranquillum House nursing a bad back, a broken heart, and an exquisitely painful paper cut. She's immediately intrigued by her fellow guests. Most of them don't look to be in need of a health resort at all, but the person who intrigues her most is the strange and charismatic owner-director of Tranquillum House. Could this person really have the answers Frances didn't even know she was seeking? Should Frances put aside her doubts and immerse herself in everything Tranquillum House has to offer? Or should she run while she still can? Tune in 3 weeks when I give a full book review on this. I'm parched. All right, guys. Until we meet again, adios. I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your book dreams come true.